FayWhat Show, we want to introduce you to interesting people that are so important to the LGBTQ plus community. Here's the incredible Peter Bisuito. I am so excited about our first guest, our only guest. We don't need anybody else but this man. You have to understand that, all right? He is enough, all right? I am joined by an acclaimed director, a writer, an entertainer. He's a comedian. I mean, he's a YouTuber. He's done it all right? This South Floridian local is also a Queer News Tonight anchor and is now with us to talk about his latest movie, I Remember. It premiered on July 20th at 7 p.m. at the historic Gateway Theater in Fort Lauderdale. And let the fun begin. I was able to be there for this premiere, and we're going to talk a lot more about that coming up, all right? Welcome, Peter Bisuito.
Hi, FayWhat. How are you?
Hi, Poppy.
Oh, we're in bed together again.
I know.
Seems like yesterday we were naked.
Don't tell my wife. I love that we're in bed together again.
Yeah.
You were one of my first interviews when I first started the
Really?
FayWhat Show on the Happening Out television network.
I didn't know
that.
I didn't know that.
And I just remember that back then we weren't as close as we are now. You know, we had just met, and you had your naked man crocheting.
Yeah.
And you were in bed naked with me at that time. Crocheting. Right? And he had a very big crocheted worm on a certain part, okay? I'm just going to say that. I'm sorry, honey. Be happy about your attributes. It was a very big one. And he was still crocheting it like it was going to grow and shit. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm a grower.
And here we are now. You've evolved so much.
I have. Everything about me's evolved.
Oh my God. I really do adore you, and I appreciate all your talent and how you love to entertain our community and the rest of the world.
That's what I was born to do.
You think so? Were you always like that as a kid?
Oh my God, absolutely.
Does your mom say that? It was nice to meet your mom at the premiere.
Isn't she great?
What a cutie pie.
My parents are great.
I mean,
I'm very blessed in that sense. I come from a very close, tight-knit family.
I love that.
Yeah.
So did you do like shows for them when you were a kid?
No, because the shows I really wanted to do.
We're not PG. We're not family rated.
Oh shit! No,
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, like this is a true story. Like when I was a kid, teenager, and my whole family would be out of the house. They'd go to work or something, or my sisters would be gone. I would literally run upstairs. I would put on all my sisters' Madonna clothes. I swear to God, and I would push all the furniture out of the way, and I would pretend to be Madonna in my living room. So
Papa, don't.
yeah. So I don't think I could have done those shows for my parents.
I love that.
But now I can. Now my parents are so damn accepting. They wouldn't have it any other way.
I love
They
that.
would not want me straight. They would not.
How long have you been out?
Well, I started the coming out process when I was about 29 years old, but I was fully out by the time I was 33. My parents were the last people I told.
Isn't that always the case, right? Like we're so nervous, like it's gonna change before we tell them, right? Just in case, let me put that off till the end.
I said, Mom, Dad, I'm gay, and they both said, duh.
Isn't that usually the case? Folks out there, if you're thinking about coming out to your family, unless they're like crazy Trumpers and they hate all LGBTQ plus, which then I understand. But for the most part, parents know. They made you, like they just know. And they're not going to tell you. Because it's funny. I've told people when I've come out to certain people, I'm like, yeah, I'm gay. They're like, oh, duh. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me?
You don't look like your stereotypical lesbian. You're what we call a lipstick lesbian.
A lipstick lesbian. But I don't even know if that's good or bad, Peter.
I don't think it's good or bad. I guess it could be good to some people and bad to some people.
Yeah. But I get, and I mean, you pass too. You must get that.
I'm a lipstick lesbian. Absolutely.
Well,
I wear lipstick.
You're like but you're like a bear. Do you consider yourself a bear?
Well, I've been labeled a muscle bear. That's
bear.
That's my label. To me, I'm just a fucking gay guy that likes dick. So
that has muscles.
Yeah. Label me however you want. I'm just me.
Have you always been in South Florida?
No, I was
I
was born and raised in Rochester, New York, and then I lived in LA for 5 years. That's actually where I started coming out of the closet. Was LA?
What a perfect place, right?
What better place to come out than Los Angeles? But I was a virgin till I was 30.
Shut the fuck up.
I had my very first sexual. Yes, I was absolutely.
Okay, wait, but your first sexual experience with a man at 30? Like, are you a gold star? Have you been with a woman?
I'm a platinum gay.
So that means that you had a.
I never had sex with a woman, and I was born cesarean.
So you've never even been near a vag, basically.
Well, I had a girlfriend. I mean, she used to rub her nub on me sometimes, but
her nub on me. Take that in, folks. Okay.
But that's the thing. Like, that's how gay. Because I've always known I was gay. Like, even before I was born, I knew I was gay.
So.
Because when my mother was giving birth to me, she had the umbilical cord wrapped itself around my neck, and I was losing oxygen.
So you were gonna die.
So I had to have a C-section. Yeah, that's how gay I am. I saw that vagina, and I tried to hang myself. That's
Hell no,
how
I ain't going through that thing. Hell F no. I know now I'm gay. I know now for sure. And I'm less than a day old, you know?
I have a sippy cup, by the way, so I don't spill anything on your
your
bed.
sippy cup because you're such a child. I've seen you at bars with that, honey.
Yeah,
And they
I
let you
do.
bring in that?
Well, I bring it in, and I have them make my drink in this, so I don't spill it. Yeah.
Did you steal that from a kid?
No.
I mean,
No,
I'm asking
I know
because
it's hard to
got some
believe.
wear and
I know
tear
it's
on
hard
it,
to
you
believe,
know?
but no, I did not punch a little kid in the face for this. No.
I mean, some kids, you know, can be like a pain in the butt sometimes, and you're like, give me that. That's my sippy cup. You know?
They're all like that.
So how long have you been now in South Florida, like officially?
8 years. It'll be 8 years in
Wow.
October. My husband and I moved here, and we had never been here before we moved here. We had
Shut
never.
up.
Yeah, we never.
So
been
you
before.
basically moved here blind like that?
We were living in Buffalo, and we moved here the year after Buffalo got 11 feet of snow in 6 hours before Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
We were like,
I
fuck
remember
this
that.
shit. Yeah,
I remember
we were like,
that. You were like, I'm
uh-uh.
too old for this shit.
Yeah, so we left.
Wow.
Came here.
And I've seen South Florida be super welcoming to you. South Florida is not an easy place to get that.
Well, I think they've been welcoming to me because I've been welcoming to it. You know, I get involved. I get involved with the community, and I raise money for charities, and
You get involved.
I do. I perform comedy pro bono. I donate. I've raised a lot of money for
dogs.
Sun Serve and Dog Rescue and the World AIDS Museum. Now I'm doing a drag show for Cannes in
my
September. I'm in that
God.
show.
Are you really?
With Terry Dyer, yeah, at Lit Lips.
Oh my God. So Cannes does this thing every year, which is super cool, where they go and they'll turn celebrities into the servers at Lips. And you guys have been at Lips, right? It's like the prominent drag queen place, you know, that started it all. And so for that night, they donate all the money to a certain organization.
Yeah.
It's to Cannes, and they get like really cool people that are, you know, celebrities in their own right to be the servers. Do you guys actually have to like, carry some shit or
I don't
anything? I
know.
can't imagine you with like.
I don't know about that. They might have us do that. All I know is I'm performing a drag number. I have to perform a drag number.
I love that. Okay, with the beard.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
You're not there yet.
No. Well, we'll see. I haven't chose the number yet.
Okay.
If I have to shave for the number, then I'll shave.
Then you would do it, no problem. Not even a second thought.
No, it'll grow.
It'll grow.
It'll grow.
But I mean, beards are not easy to get like perfect like that.
Well,
but I
you
guess
know.
for you,
I have money.
you have money.
I have $147.
Woohoo!
That's a
Ching
lot of
ching
money to
and
me.
37 cents, so you know, okay? Just so you know, folks. So you said you're a muscle bear, and
Yeah.
I mean, as long as I've known you, you've always been fit. And like, I don't know if people are your friends because they love your comedy or because they're freaking thirsty of all the really sexy pictures you're always posting. And who cares?
Who cares? Who
cares?
Whatever sells tickets.
Have you always been fit? Have you always taken care of your body this way?
Well, I started weightlifting when I was 28. I was always thin as a kid. I was 145 pounds growing up, and all throughout my teens and 20s. And then I just started working out. I was living in LA, and the only reason why I started working out is because I wanted to get laid. I swear to God, that's not a joke. Because I was in LA, and I'm like, well, if I'm living in LA, I have to look like, I have to look like everybody else. So
And-
the only reason why I started working out is because I wanted to.
You wanted to get laid.
And it worked.
And that's the way to do it.
I got laid 2 years later when I was 30.
God.
It took me 2 years to get laid.
That's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. I saw an old headshot of yours from like LA that you've also prominently displayed many times. And you looked so much like Lou Ferrigno.
Oh yeah, I used to look just like him. When
I
was
mean,
younger.
no, but like to the
I
T,
know.
kid.
Yeah, we could have been brothers. And I worked with him too when I lived in LA.
How?
Well, I was working as the regional marketing and promotions director for Borders. Remember Borders books? So my job was getting a lot of celebrities into the store to do book signings, and he was one of the celebrities.
Oh my God,
So I got
how
to spend
cool.
the entire day with him. Like I took him around to the radio stations to promote and everything. And because his wife is his manager, and her name is Carla, and I was talking to her on the phone, and she said, "Well, come over to the house. We'll have you meet Lou, and we have boxes of his books that you can take." So I went, and I warned her. I said,
Yeah, I'm a
Carla,
fan.
just to let you know, I said, I look a lot like your husband.
Oh my God, okay.
And she goes, "Really? Are you Italian?" I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Are you a bodybuilder?" I said, "Well, not really like Lou, but I work out." So I went to her house. She opens the door and she goes,
And then she starts making out with you. No?
"No." I wish Lou would have, but
Right?
no.
Right?
So she screams, "Lou!" She's like screaming for Lou. And of course, he's deaf. He's 90% deaf. So he comes and she goes, "This is Peter. He looks just like you." And he said, "You could definitely sneak into one of my family reunions."
Oh my
That's what he said to me. Yeah, it was
cool.
awesome.
How could
Oh
you
my
ever
God.
forget that?
It was a dream
it's
come
Lou Ferrigno.
true.
And for you folks that don't know who he is, bad on
Yeah.
you. Shame on
Google
you.
him.
Okay, Google him. Incredible Hawk, like incredible. And he seemed to me like a man of few words, though. You know.
Yeah,
And
yeah. But he's a really nice guy.
I love that.
I really had a good time.
I
working
love
with
that. Venton Chester. Okay. Why do you put that face when I say that?
Because it's nowhere near where I would like it to be. It has so much potential. And I've had such a difficult time finding investors and getting people to jump on the Venton Chester train.
Okay. Venton Chester came out of where?
What do you mean?
And like, where did the concept come out of?
I just thought of it. Back in 2017, I wanted to create my own sitcom. So I wrote a pilot episode. And it took me 2 years to save up enough money. It took me 2 years to save up $13,000
Okay.
to film it at a professional television studio. So we did in May of 2019, and it was a fantastic episode, and it was winning awards at film festivals. But then the pandemic shut it down.
Yes, and then that's when you decided to make it
Turn
into a play, right?
Correct. I rewrote the script into a play, and the play did even better. The play, I'm in love.
You had
with the
sold
play.
out performances every time you did it.
Not so much sold out, but because the theater that we were holding it in was a very large theater. It sat like 400 people. So no, we did not sell out, but we did sell a lot of tickets, but we were getting standing ovations every single night.
Oh my
every
God.
night.
That's
and
wonderful.
that play has so much potential. And I'm a realist. Like if I did something that was, I would say, whatever. Venton Chester's a winner. I'm telling you, it can go on to make millions. I just know it can. But
Well, if the right person is watching, go check out the YouTube videos on it. And if you're inspired, reach out to Peter. Wow, but I mean, I don't know. I see that somewhere. I think
do too.
something else is going to come.
I
You
hope
know,
so. I'm not. I'll never give up on it.
Yeah.
I'm still doing other projects, obviously, like my
No,
film.
of course, of course. Did you cry when you had the standing ovations?
I cry at everything. I cry at Folgers commercials. So yeah, I cry.
I used to cry at what was that lady, Sally Struthers? Remember she used to do
Oh,
those
yeah,
commercials
yeah,
with the
yeah.
kids not
Oh,
eating,
yeah.
right?
Meanwhile, she's 400 pounds.
Meanwhile, she was a pretty big
These
lady.
kids are starving.
But I would still be, yeah. Let's talk about your talk show, okay? Ask a Naked Guy Crocheting,
missed
right?
that show.
And and whenever you talk about that show, your face lights up
Yeah.
like that. You know,
It's
like
a lot of fun.
And so you sit there with a co-host,
Yeah,
right?
Darren
With Mr.
Thompson.
Thompson,
Oh, he's
right?
great.
Hi, Darren. How are you? I'm so glad that you're better.
The chemistry between us is just flawless. It's just so much fun. And the show took a hiatus because I was working on my film. I decided to write this film, so it just kind of took a hiatus, and I'm looking to bring it back. I would love to bring it to Hunters. But
Ooh, I love Hunters. Mark, are you listening? And so basically you and Darren were there and you were crocheting, right? And then people asked you whatever they wanted to ask about what? Current events, about
Whatever
life,
they
about
want.
you, about whatever.
It's called Ask a Naked Guy Crocheting. They can ask me whatever they want. So they'll ask me questions, and then we'll ask them trivia questions in return.
Okay.
And every show had a theme. Like we did Olivia Trivia when Olivia Newton-John passed away. We did Royal Trivia when the Queen passed away. We did, Pride, et cetera, et cetera. But it was kind of like a late night talk show is what it was. I would come out, I would do stand up. Then there would be funny banter between Darren and I. And we'd go to a commercial break. I'd play funny videos. And then there was a whole trivia. We'd give away the most ridiculous prizes, like, plungers and
Oh my God.
tampons.
Eyebrow hair.
Oh my yes. It was, and we raised money for charity. We raised money for, dog rescue and the World AIDS Museum. And
I love that.
I love that show. I want to
love
bring it
that.
back so
You
bad.
need to bring it back.
I
And you need
do.
to have it at Hunters. And I think that people would love something like this. They're
Yeah.
thirsty for something like this. There's
It's
nothing
so
like
diff-
something
it's
like
so
this.
different. It's so different. And it's so fun and it's fresh and yeah.
You're so quick,
I'm gonna
Peter.
sit like you.
Why? Are you really mimicking me?
Yes. There.
You had to put your titties up to do that. Just to be sure. You're so quick, and I know that's where your comedy comes from and all that, and your stage presence. Did anybody ever throw any questions at you that you were like, what the F?
Oh wow, that's a good question. That question right there. You're the first one, so there's the answer to your question. No,
you were always
no one stumped me. If that's
love
what you're asking, no one's really stumped me.
I love that. Let's talk about I Remember, okay? I remember, incredible film. I honestly feel blessed that I was one of the people who saw it,
And I
who
was
has
blessed
seen
that
it
you were
already.
there, and I was very blessed that you were there, and you
thank you,
presented me
Peter.
with that wonderful award.
Oh my
so.
God, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. It was funny because it was Cal who's on the show with me today. We always hang out most weekends, and so we compare our calendars to make sure that we're good to go to certain things together. And so a couple of weeks before your premiere, he's like, okay, we're going to Peter's house or something like that. And I was like, we're going to Peter's house. And I go, yeah, we'll have something to eat there. Don't worry, just dress like you always dress. And I was like, okay, whatever. So, I wore a usual dress and I end up being one of the extras in your movie. And that's what we did Saturday night, was spend time with you while you were filming. I remember.
The wedding scene.
Which was
a great scene.
Awesome.
That was a great scene.
You did get my best side. I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
That was good. Where did the concept of this movie come from? I don't want to give away too many spoilers to people either.
I can't talk too much about it, but because I don't want to spoil the ending. But I thought of the concept of this film 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I thought of the concept. But it's a psychological drama, and my whole world is consumed with comedy. So it just kind of took a back burner. I thought about it here and there, throughout the years. But last November, I was in a really bad space in my life, and things just weren't really going very well. So
Why?
I thought, well,
what was going on?
Of course I can, absolutely, because I spent the entire damn year trying to find investors for Event in Chester.
So you were losing hope.
I was losing hope, yeah, which is fine, because with every no, I'm closer to the yes. I'm not giving up. I get it. You know how many no's, Seinfeld got,
Yeah.
So I'm cool with the rejection. I'm totally fine with that. But, come November, I was like, Jesus, I haven't done a damn thing this year. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I just need to do something different. So I resurrected the idea, and I said, I'm not going to do anything comedy. It's just going to be all about my psychological drama. So I wrote the script in November in one sitting.
Really?
I wrote that. I started typing at 11 at night, and I stopped at 4:30 in the morning.
That's wow.
And bing, bang, boom, I had a movie.
Bing, bang, boom. So it's a short film, folks, right? And again, I don't want to give away too much of it, and I'm afraid to say anything because I don't want to give too much about it. But let's just say that for such a short movie, it had so much in it. Okay, it had so much in it, and so many layers of it. And I will say that it does touch on mental health. Okay. And I never saw a movie that projected that side of mental health, where it's like, okay, we're constantly saying, okay, there's so much stigma between mental health, right? But how does the partner deal with someone who's going through a hard time, Have you ever dealt with mental health of your own?
Every day.
Yeah, you laugh like this every day.
No, I don't. Growing up in the closet, thinking the entire world hated me for 33 years, of course, I'm going to have some sort of shit that's going to stick with me the rest of my life. I'm one of the lucky ones, though. A lot of kids don't get through it.
Yeah.
But I think on some level, there's some mental damage.
Yeah, I think we all do. Like you said, I think anybody that has to hold in who their true authentic self is, or someone that has to date a sex that they're not really into, you know what I mean? All that shit,
it stays with you. It stays with you.
Throws crap on you.
Because my parents asked me about it once, and I said, that's something you never get over. You just deal with it the rest of your life. You don't get over it. You'll never get over it.
Yeah. Wow,
It's
true, but I mean, it also adds to your character in some way if you're able to maneuver around it.
And it makes you grateful. It really makes you grateful for coming so far in your life and having what you have in your life, because a lot of people don't make it.
Yeah,
they don't.
Yeah, no, and it's true. So we had your premiere, and it was wonderful, and it was your friends and family, and it was your supporters, and it was people that were in the play, and again, I love that we were a part of it. And so Cal was, helping with some promotions and marketing and stuff like that, and he had spoken to the incredible mayor of Fort Lauderdale, Dean Trantelis, who is also one of us, right? He is also an out gay man who has never met Peter, and Cal, said to him, listen, this gentleman in your community is doing this, this, and this. He's done this, and this. And Dean, without a second thought, made a proclamation of that day being Peter Bisuito Day.
July 20th.
And what a beautiful day, right? July 20th. What a wonderful day, right? Some numerologists out there tell me, right? It's a wonderful day, right? It's like 7:20, right? It's got to mean something aside from when the alarm freaking wakes me up in the morning.
People need to send each other cards on that day now.
Right? It should be like official Peter Bisuito Day. What do you send? Do you send somebody a naked picture of you? Crocheting?
There's
Like,
no
how does
pictures
that
of
work?
that. There's no pictures of that.
No,
in there.
a naked person, the person sending you. I don't know,
okay.
something like that. I don't know. But you were surprised. We surprised you with that.
How was I supposed to know? Like, because my husband came up to me because Cal told my husband about it, and Mark said, Peter, somebody in the audience wants to give you a gift. I said, because I did, a 20-minute speech before we showed the movie. Okay, so he said, can you, somebody wants to give you a gift. Can you, have them come up, at some point? And I immediately said no. I did. I said no. I said,
Why? Because you already had...
I've been rehearsing this for weeks now. I don't want anybody coming up here and messing things up. And I said, tell him to do it after the show or whatever. And my husband said, you need to let him do it.
He gave you the look.
He gave me the look. I said, okay, we'll do it right in the beginning. Get it over with. You know what I mean? So, and then I'm like, oh, I'm glad I let him.
No, so Peter goes and tells the audience, all right, something's supposed to happen now. I don't know what.
I don't know what.
Come at me.
If you have a gift, give it to me now.
Come at me. And me in a prom dress stumbling from the seat. Excuse me.
Am I allowed to swear?
Excuse me. Of course you are. It's my show.
You looked so fucking stunning that night. It was ridiculous.
Thank you.
That dress you had on was you just looked like $1 million.
Aw, thank you. Well, it was your movie premiere. I had to step it up.
I looked like a fraction of $1 million. Like, I didn't look as good.
You looked amazing.
Thank you.
You looked amazing. And I think you even started telling us how much each
Yes.
of your piece of clothing costed.
I went through my I went through my entire ensemble and told everybody how much it cost.
No, and at the end, he was like, this whole outfit was $560. And I look over at Cal and I go, Cal, I got this dress at Goodwill for $20.
Damn it. You mean I could have saved all that money if I just went to Goodwill? Now you tell me.
Now I tell you.
It's okay. I kept the receipt, so I'll just bring it back.
All sweaty and everything. Okay, let's talk about I Remember some more. Because again, like you said, you are a witty, funny dude. That is where your bread and butter has been. That is what has attracted you to get into this business. Were people super surprised that you went from that to a drama? Like, did you get any kind of feedback like that after they saw the premiere?
No, I really didn't.
Supportive.
Yeah, everyone was just very supportive. My father called me 2 days later, and he said, Peter, I cannot get your movie out of my head.
Really?
He said, it's just resonating with me. A few people said that to me. So I think the movie is really gonna do well. I think it's gonna resonate with a lot of people.
I think so too.
But no one's ever said anything like that, because this was my very first dramatic piece.
You're a mother effing actor, Peter. You are. Because let me tell you, I'm just there watching you. There was a scene where you and your husband were fighting, right? Yeah. And it was so believable. But I also found myself waiting for a joke to come out, right? And the joke wasn't coming, And I was like, damn, this mofo. And I'm like, Cal, he's so effing talented. And Cal's like, stop it, it's a 25-minute movie. I gotta watch every second.
Well, because I told the audience that there is a big old drama queen deep inside me that's just screaming to get out. So
and it's so dead.
I can act dramatic.
No, you can. Yeah. I mean, you're a dramatic bitch aside, but I'm saying aside from that, like on screen, you so are.
How could you say that?
Es que te dije que no, que no. The film has been accepted in a couple of film festivals.
Yes.
And
it's already won an award.
And it's already won an award.
Yeah. It's been 3 weeks and I'm already winning awards.
Okay,
so.
and it's only the beginning, honey.
It's only the beginning.
It's really only the beginning.
Yeah.
I really do feel that when more eyes see this film, it's going to be like, holy shit. Yeah. Like, it's going to be a whirlwind for you.
I hope so. I hope so.
No,
my sister has a saying. My sister Linda has a saying. She said, this is going to be your bubba.
Your bubba.
I said, what the hell does that mean? She said, this is going to be your
legacy,
your catapult, your catapult into where I would really like to be.
Well, where you deserve to be.
Well, yeah, I guess if you want to say that.
No, I am saying that. I said it.
Where modest, you will be.
It's so weird to imagine a guy that's practically naked all the time being modest with me.
It's one of these things where the older I get, it's not so much about me anymore. Mm. It's about, and I'm going to start to cry now, it's about other people. Because this world needs to laugh more. There's so much shit going on in this fucking world. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's not so much about me anymore. It's about me entertaining people and bringing joy and smiles to their lives and evoking emotion and letting everybody forget about what the fuck is going on outside these four walls, even if it's for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much shit going on in this. It's just, I'm 53 years old. I don't remember this world being so horrible.
It wasn't. It wasn't this horrible.
What the hell is going on out there? So it's like, I just want to entertain the masses. The more people, the better. The more I can, make an impact and entertain people, the better. It's like,
and that's what you're doing.
And
There's
it's frustrating.
so much hate out there. Of course, it's frustrating.
It's very frustrating because I really want to be up there, and I'm just, I keep hitting that fucking ceiling. And I want to take you with me with my new show.
I'm ready for the ride. I'm so ready for the ride. Yeah. I really am. And I really do believe that you're going to be there.
I hope so.
Let's talk about your hubby.
Okay.
How many years have you kids been together now?
What's the date today?
August something?
August what?
I don't know.
Okay, well, August 15th.
14th.
Today's the 14th already? No. Is it really?
Yes. So what about it? Tell me.
Tomorrow's my anniversary, 21 years.
Shut up.
21 years. Is it really the 14th?
Wow, it's the 14th all day. It's the 14th all day. So, how long? 20 what?
21 years.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Like all together?
Yes.
Ask him that. He's going to get so mad that I said that. Oh my God.
Well, we have 2 anniversaries. We have our anniversaries when we met on the internet in March, but we didn't actually meet in person until August, and our first date was August 14th.
When you told him that you wanted to do this movie and that you needed to come up with this money and that you were going to be a part of every aspect of this project, did he support you from the beginning, or did he say you're fucking nuts?
No. Oh my God, no.
At all.
After 21 years, he's used to this. He's used to me saying, "Hey, I have an idea." And he just leaves me alone.
He supports you.
Well, he leaves me alone. He's like, do it. He's like,
okay, go do it. When you need me, let me know.
Exactly. I
love that.
He doesn't say a word. Just okay, do it. Let me know what you need me to do.
There are so many times that I'm out in the scene and I see the drama between other couples, right? And I look up at the sky and I go, "Thank you, God, for giving me somebody that just is not into the drama."
How long have you and your wife been together?
Me and my wife have been together almost 9 years, married 6 next month.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, which in gay years, that's about 21.
That's a long time.
So that's about 21. Do you look around and go, "God, thank God I'm not out there dating now"?
So my husband and I, we've had a pretty seamless relationship. We've had our issues that surface once in a while. We've never ever broken up. We've always worked it out. However, I will say that 3.5 years ago, we almost broke up. It got really bad.
Because?
Well, this was right during the pandemic. It was in March of 2020.
Literally
right before the pandemic. So there was shit going on at work, and then there was the pandemic, and then we had to move. We got kicked out of our condo because our landlords, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it just got so stressful. It was just like, I can't deal with this anymore. So we literally didn't speak for like 3 months.
Living apart?
Well, we had 2
pandemic,
bedrooms.
So you had to.
We had 2 bedrooms, so I was sleeping in one. So after a few months, we just kind of sat down and said, at our age, do you really want to start over and date somebody else and re-fall in love, and then a year later that person turns out to be a psycho and you got to break up again and that? Do you really want to enter the dating scene at our age and start over? And we just were like, no, let's just tolerate each other.
Let's just settle for each other, because I don't want to go back out there again.
So now, whenever our issues, whenever they surface, we tolerate each other's differences. But Mark and I love each other more now than we did when we first met. Our love is one of those things where it just keeps getting better and better.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I remember at the premiere that, or somewhere you've said that you call him your husband.
Yeah.
But you've never gotten married.
No, we're not legally married.
But you don't want to call him your boyfriend because you've been together for so long, and that seems like Twinkville.
Yeah,
my boyfriend. Hi, my little boyfriend. He's coming now.
It just sounds new and temporary to me. And then I don't like calling him my partner, because then we sound like contestants on Dancing with the Stars. And I don't like calling him my domestic partner, because then it sounds like we're only in it for the insurance.
Oh my God, of course.
And I don't like calling him my lover, because then we sound like lesbians. So
and nobody wants to sound like that.
Lipstick lesbians.
Lipstick lesbians.
We sound like lipstick lesbians. So when people ask me all the time too, they're like, "How did you make it last so long?" And I always say, "Well, that's easy. I've been chipping away at his self-esteem for years, so he'll never realize he could do way better than me."
He's so broken that he ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere.
Sorry, Poppy. but how about getting the piece of paper?
It'll happen.
Really? Okay, no, but that's so
yeah.
cool that you're not
it'll
against
happen.
it.
No,
you know what I mean?
no,
It's
no.
just kind of like
Well, we have everything. We have
and-
everything all set up. Our wills, I get this, and because if something happens to either of us, none of our families can come in and take whatever. Everything is all set.
Everything's on paper. That's all
Everything's
that
on
matters.
paper. Yeah.
Like you said, you're married.
Yeah.
That's it.
We'll get married someday.
Can I officiate?
Yes. Can you?
Yes.
Are you an officianter?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I am an officiant by the internet. I am. I've gone to
You
marry.
paid your $29
I paid my
fee?
$29
Right on.
and I am good. I get to stamp it and everything. I love that. Peter, last Christmas we were part of Matthew Darren's Spectacular.
Yes, I loved that show.
And you did a whole full-on show. You were elves or something, and you were like, and you were mermen dancing and everything. I mean, and it was like a high-impact, 5-minute thing.
And I was dancing on a sprained ankle.
You had a sprained ankle
Yep,
during that time?
I sprained my ankle 3 days prior.
What the hell? Okay, folks, you got to look this up, okay? And there is jumping and salting and throwing things and death drops. You would have thought they were drag queens. It was crazy. It was just all over.
Fun.
It was amazing.
Such a great number.
It really was.
I hate to but it got the biggest applause of the night.
It kind of did.
Yeah,
No. It was amazing. It really was amazing.
It was fun.
Peter, how can people support you? How can people support you on your next ventures? I know that you've got an idea for a new show that I'm not going to talk about. But you've told me it personally, and I think that it's an incredible concept, a credible show.
It is.
How can someone support you in your future projects?
My stock answer would obviously be financially, but I think before that, people would have to share my vision first. Mm-hmm. Because as much as money is wonderful, I don't want to take anybody's money if they don't share my vision, because then,
then you butt heads later on. Maybe not today, but it will happen.
Yeah. So I need someone that's going to share my vision and truly understand that Peter Bisuito is worth millions of dollars with the right investors and the right avenues and the right support team. Because every single celebrity on the face of the planet, they have an entire team. Yeah. Propelling them. Mm-hmm. I do not.
And you have you.
I have me. I do everything myself. Okay. Yeah. I would need someone to share my vision and discuss a business strategy to make my projects profitable.
Got it. You know some gays with money. I know you do. Okay? Or maybe your straight uncle left you some money and you don't know what the hell to do with it. I have a fabulous idea for you, what you should be doing with it. Thank you so much, Peter, for being on the show with me.
Can we do it next week?
I love it. I can't believe this is Peter's second time. Like, I've never invited somebody back in bed for a second time. That means that you were good the first time.
Which is the first for me too. Usually people don't have me back. Right? They usually don't have me back.
And with a lesbian. So does this mess up your Kinsey scale ranking that you've been in bed with me now? No, right?
You didn't rub your rub on me, so no.
Turn off the camera. Thank you, Peter Bisuito, for being on the FayWhat Show. You can find him on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at MyBigFunnyPeter. Make sure to check with your local independent film festival to see if you can watch his new film, I Remember, near you. And if they haven't put it part of their festival, ask them why.
Yeah.
Why isn't this festival? Why isn't this incredible short movie part of your festival? So let us know what you think, because I'm telling you, the movie was incredible. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter Bisuito.
Thank you.
I love you.
I
love you too. We'll be right back.
Okay.
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat Show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat Show. Get the week started with me.